Previously on 100-line Last Defense Academy. In the 5 days Takumi went missing from the main campus, the original cast of characters continued to have issues securing a source of food. The twins share Kako's gift of visions when she announces that Takumi is alright and will be back soon. Despite the food crisis, this doesn't stop the invaders from attacking the school. Weak and tired, the students get ready for battle. Just as things started looking grim, with an unreachable reproducing enemy amongst the invaders, Takumi and the second-to-last Defense Academy students arrived to join the fray. With the help of Kurara's skills, the tide of battle quickly swung back into the Academy's favor and the enemy commander was defeated. Regrouping in the war room, the second-to-last Defense Academy students suggest a victory meal with the food they brought back from their school, and Takumi shares that they will be staying at the main campus following the attack on their school. With a larger cast of characters, will this ease the students' mission to survive the remainder of their 100-day assignment?
Day 30.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! As commanding officer responsible for the school and its students, I have an announcement to make.
An announcement?
Get ready for your 30th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Down and dirty, it's day 30! And you know what that means?
What does it mean?
I've unlocked some new classrooms to celebrate! What did you get access to this time, you ask? On the first floor, it's the metal shop! And on the second floor, the biolab!
Okay.
As usual, you can ask me more about how they work in person. See you there!
In person. New school facilities, huh? Well, that can wait. First, I have to meet up with everyone in the cafeteria. To the cafeteria! Alright, looks like everyone's here. Still feels weird having so many people around all of a sudden.
Then let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little.
Whoa, don't be so casual about it. Taking life is a serious matter. If you're going to kill someone, you gotta take your time with it. Really make it mean something for the both of you, you know? Was that supposed to be inspiring? There being more of us could be a good thing, though. The more allies we have, the better we can defend the school. Allies, huh? Anyway, I took a quick look around the school already. It's basically identical to ours, just like Nico said. Apart from that huge ball of fire outside, of course. So those are the infamous undying flames. The sight of them there sets my teeth on edge. I'm having a hard time registering that sentence. You told us a little about them on the bus on the way here, but maybe we could get a proper explanation now? What exactly are those flames, Takumi? They're like centennial flames, kinda. All we can tell you about the flames is what Sirai told us when we first got here.
Those flames, which encircle this entire school, by the way, just keep on burning. They never go out.
Never?
That's what I said. They don't need fuel, and they can't be extinguished. They'll keep burning on for all eternity. Hence, the undying flames.
Fire that never goes out? Sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I'd never have believed if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. Heck, I'm still having trouble getting my brain to accept it. Perhaps 'tis an advanced form of ninjutsu? Which chakra elements does one combine for such transformation? The flames are there to help keep the invaders away from Last Defense Academy, right? If that's true, they must be part of the defense system. They're probably being generated somewhere on school grounds. Yeah, maybe. To tell you the truth, we don't really understand how it works either. You got them burning outside your defense room, too. That's gotta be to protect whatever's in there, right? We think so. I tried dousing those ones with a fire extinguisher before, but they sprang up again pretty much right away. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get inside. This really brings home how many questions are still unanswered. Today said he'd explain everything, but then he disappeared.
And you couldn't convince him to tell you sooner. You truly are useless.
Sorry. Hey, that wasn't our fault. Your defenses are a lot beefier than ours. I guess that settles it. This school is the real deal, all right? Yes, it's just like Nigo said.
Second to last defense academy is, well, it's a decoy. Intended to distract the enemy and make them waste their time and resources. There's nothing important here. Humanity's future depends not on the contents of our defense room, but on what's inside the one at the true Last Defense Academy.
Verily, 'twas a shock to learn we'd been risking our lives to protect a mere decoy. A shock? It was downright infuriating. The B team is no place for someone of my social standing. It's not as if the work we did there wasn't important. The invaders took the bait and sent troops to the decoy after all. All those attacks we fought off stopped them from focusing their entire fighting force on this school.
I still say Nigo could have told us that from the beginning.
A lot of the information relating to this war is classified. Maybe he didn't have permission. Even Nigo couldn't defy orders from above. He told us that much himself. Orders from above? Today mentioned higher-ups too. Who's really controlling this war? But now the Decoy Academy's gone. That means the attacks on this one are gonna get a whole lot worse, right? Pretty much. They don't gotta decide who to send where anymore. We're all there is. And there's still like 70 days to go. Oh man, what rotten luck. I don't know if I can hold out that long.
What's the worst that could happen? Dying? If it's gonna happen anyway, maybe we could just we should get started now, you know? Get busy living or get busy dying.
You're also adorable the way you freak out over every little thing. The enemy attacks may get worse, but there's more of us too. If we can learn to fight as a team, then why fight at all? Why don't we just run? Huh? If we use the school bus you came in on, we can cover a lot more ground than on foot. We might even be able to drive all the way back to the complex. You are babbling, sir. A warrior does not desert their post while the enemy still draws breath, and nor does a woman. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us know how to get to Tokyo Residential Complex from here. And besides, the future of humanity is at stake here. If we don't defeat the invaders, the whole world is done for. Don't tell me you actually believe all that future of humanity stuff. There's a good chance it's just a story made up to motivate us, you know? Naturally, we considered the possibility. It was one of the first things we discussed. In the end, we decided if there were even a chance of it being true, we had no choice but to steel our resolve and do our part for these 100 days. Nozomi was very persuasive. The way she got us fired up, we couldn't help but get on board with it. I didn't really do anything special. But how can you be so sure? Do you have any grounds or evidence to prove it's true? You got any grounds or evidence for thinking it's not? I guess not. If Sire had been able to tell you more about what's going on, you'd be sure of it too. I think that's the main difference between our two groups and why our attitudes are so different. Once Nigo told us about world death, we knew we couldn't just stand by and let it happen. World death. Yes, indeed. Humanity's future prospects without this particular asset would be grim, to say the least. It is, after all, the key to overcoming world death and ensuring a chance for future generations to thrive. Wait. World death? What's that? A new prominent term to deal with. This is gonna overload my extra small sized brain. Oh, it's all starting to make sense now. You never even got that far, huh? It's no wonder you're still going back and forth on whether it's all true then. You'd best prepare yourselves for a shock. What do you mean? According to the information Nico shared with us, world death was the catalyst for this entire war. This is the thing that started it all? More than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex. World death has decimated the human population and forced the survivors to take shelter underground. Decimated the population? It's that bad? Enough with the dramatic buildup. Just tell us what this world death thing is.
Quiet, pea-brain. The adults are talking. If we tell you, we don't want any of that, hey, is that really true? What if it's all made up stuff? I think you can hold on to that single thought without blowing a fuse.
Come on, make it with the explanations already.
That's no way to talk to someone who's about to impart important wisdom. Didn't anyone ever teach you any manners, you inbred little street urchin?
What? Your manners are any better, you foul-mouthed rich girl?
Shut up. Honestly, having to listen to your complaints is making my skin crawl. Spend too much time talking and you won't be ready when the enemy attacks. And if you don't fight the enemy when they attack, you die. Is that so hard to understand? So why do you insist on picking apart everything we say? I've stepped in things that would have made better soldiers than you.
She's right. Even ABC gum still has some flavor. It's more resilient than me, too. Can you really blame us for asking questions after getting dragged into this crazy war out of nowhere? That's where you're wrong. We weren't dragged into this. We were chosen as mankind's last hope. Mankind's last hope? Yes, we were chosen to represent humanity in this war, to shoulder the hopes and futures of everyone back home. We're the only ones that can stop our entire species from being wiped out. We don't have a choice in this. We have to fight. And you believe that too? Are you sure you haven't just been brainwashed to think it's true? Again, you make a joke of our resolve. You won't be laughing when my blade has had its way with you. What about world death? You gonna just keep throwing that name around like it means something, or are you actually gonna start explaining things?
You know what? I'm not telling you a thing. We go shove it up the tailpipe of a car you can't afford to insure because you're poor.
Huh?
I can't work with a bunch of impatient, ineffectual, dull-witted morons like you. There's no point in us telling you anymore.
Urara, don't be like that.
There's no need for us to get involved with these chumps, Nozomi. We can win this war on our own just fine. I can't believe we wasted our food on you peasants. We'd have been better off letting you shrivel up and using you as invader bait.
Oh, you act like a big shot, but this is our school, you know. We were here first. Yeah, we opened up this place to you after yours went kaput. If it weren't for us, you'd have nowhere to go right now. We could say the same for you. You and the school would have been toast if we hadn't helped out in that battle yesterday. Don't get smart with me, pretty boy. I'll murderize you. Murder-lize? Murderize. Ouch! Don't mangle murder like that. That word deserves to be treated with respect. And now they're all arguing. Great.
It's no surprise these peasants can't speak properly. They don't show the slightest sign that they've taken anything on board. Poverty must have dulled their wits to the point they can't even hold a conversation.
Well, excuse the heck out of me! I'd rather be poor than an absolutely rotten human being.
Seriously, what's the big idea showing up out of nowhere and acting like you've got the right to boss us around?
You've made it obvious you lack the experience and expertise to defend the school on your own. It's only natural that we step in to superintend.
You know what would help relieve some of this tension? A killing game!
Tarumi.
Oh, if you want to try to escape, be my guest. I'm gonna come after you, though. The thrill of the chase. I wonder how far you'd get if I amputated your legs first.
Watch it, man. I may not hit girls, but I won't hold back against another guy.
Killing game? Anyone? Just one murder. That's all I ask.
She's trying so hard.
Ah!
That's enough. You all need to calm down. Takami's right. We won't get anywhere if we don't work together. Wake up and smell the roofies, Nozomi. That Dreadnought class deadbeat's as bad as the rest of them. The moment your back is turned, he'll spike your drink and take you back to his room to have his way with you.
Yeah.
I'd never do anything like that. I really wouldn't. You know that, right? Please, everyone, we shouldn't be fighting amongst ourselves. Why can't we be friends? Friends? With these guys? Don't make me laugh.
Huh?
Befriending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot from normal people like us. How dare you, sir? I'll not let that insult slide. Choose your fate. Face the judgment of the holy Jumanji sword or repent and die by your own hand. I demand satisfaction. Satisfaction, my ass. I may be a jerk, but Ima may be a jerk, but he's our jerk. No, she can kill him. It's fine. We don't like Ima. We're going to tell you the story. Oh wait, Sadai's gone. Mommy's gone. We're fighting, etc. Yeah. I want I want to know what this thing is, guys. I've had just about all I can stand of your loathsome visage. We're done here. Come on, Nozomi. But yeah, get lost. See if we care. If I never see your dumb face again, it'll be too soon. Alright, trying to press the issue now will only make things worse. It would be nice if we could talk more tomorrow, though. Team from the second campus left with their heads held high. They were barely out the door before the others started venting their feelings. What's with those guys? Are we really gonna have to spend the rest of the 100 days with people like that? I agree. Their attitude is positively sickening. If anything, you didn't help. Like you're one to talk. You brought back some interesting friends with you, Takumi. So this is my fault? I know I've got no right to contribute to the discussion, but what do you think that world death they mentioned is? I'm really curious now. Don't sweat it. Don't even think about it. It's all mind games. They're just trying to get inside our heads. Damn it, I still feel like I want to hit something. I think I'll go back to my room and cool off. I guess I'll do that too. No killing game then? Well, maybe next time. Hakamaru, Gaku, and Tsubasa left the room. I didn't have the heart to stop them. The tension was already dangerously close to the breaking point. Well, that could have gone better. I never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Same here. Not gonna be easy getting them to work together. If Sirai and Hideko were here, they'd know what to do. But it's no use wishing things were different. We need to think of a way to solve this problem in our own way. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I need some time alone to think. Eito and I parted ways and I headed back to my room. Yeah, that didn't go well at all. After that disaster of a meeting, it's hard to imagine ever reconciling the two groups. There's gotta be some way. Maybe we just need more time. Come to think of it, some new rooms were unlocked today, weren't they? I think I'll go take a look at them. I could use something to take my mind off all this. It's the metal shop on the first floor and the bio lab on the second, right? I'll take your word for it, because that information was sent a while ago. Cool. So this is the bio lab. Looks less like a classroom and more like something out of a horror movie. Of course you like this room. The fact that Nozomi considered that you might drug her romance route closed. What are you laughing at? Oh, I can't help it. I mean, just look at this equipment. It's hot with a capital H. Now that this room's open, we can whip up a whole host of medical supplements whenever we need them. I'm almost afraid to ask, but what kind of supplements are we talking about? Mostly stuff that gives our hemo anima a temporary boost. We can use them to augment our regular physical abilities too. Nigo did say there were facilities like this tucked away in dark corners of the school. It's pretty sweet. I finally get to see one. I guess second to last Defense Academy had a lab like this too, but it never got unlocked for us. Enhancement development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. That does sound like it would be useful, but is it ethical? We're basically using performance-enhancing drugs, right? Oh, you're worried about the morality of a little thing like that? You're such a Boy Scout, Takumi. With everything in this lab, we have the potential to go much, much further. A lot of this stuff was developed as the result of illegal experiments on human subjects. For most people, no amount of knowledge is worth that kind of atrocity. And now that research is all ours. Fiendish, the outlandish, the downright unpleasant. It's all right here at our fingertips. And what could we use it for? For a start, we could probably make some killer modifications to ourselves. Just like my family did to me. You mean like the way your arm stretches? You know, it's always been my dream to mod somebody else's body. I'd be gentle, and I'd make sure any changes I made were tasteful. Say, Takumi, you feel like discarding your humanity and becoming something more? Oh my gosh, the look in his eye.
Hey!
Absolutely not. Not interested. Hard pass. Oh, let me know if you change your mind. In the meantime, I'll just make do with my fantasies. Have fun! We can make medical enhancements here. I could try it out next time. I volunteer. Maybe he can get rid of your knee pain. Let's go to the first floor. I could have teleported. It's fine. We get to see the funky jogging animation. Biolab. Nope, metal shop on the first floor. Probably near the garage. Gym. Strange room. Bathroom. Stairs. Cafeteria. Metal shop. My knee pain, my wrinkles, I'll take upgrades. This isn't quite what I was expecting from a metal shop classroom. It's more like something you'd find on a military base. There are all kinds of deadly looking weapons lined up, and the air is thick with the smell of metal shavings and gunpowder. Oh, and she's here too. Ah, the way the air smells in here really puts me at ease.
Huh?
Seriously? You like this? With all the metal and gunpowder and everything? I know it's not exactly the aroma one would associate with a sophisticated lady like myself, but the Osuzukis actually rose to prominence thanks to our involvement with weapon development. Weapon development? Like guns and stuff? In the beginning, our family name was just Suzuki. We were small-time arm engineers and gun runners. We grew the business little by little from there, expanding our reach until it encompassed all aspects of life in the Tokyo residential complex. That gave us the necessary prestige to evolve from Suzuki to O-Suzuki, and the rest is history. Is that how names get changed? Workshops like this are just as integral to my family's identity as the swanky mansions where we live today. This industrial atmosphere is baked right into my DNA. Being here is like returning to my natural habitat. Okay. I guess that makes sense. It seems only fitting that this should be the place where I write a new chapter in our family's illustrious history. I'll create weapons the likes of which the world has never seen and eradicate those pesky invaders once and for all.
Before our might the others flee! Great and powerful Suzuki!
Trap development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time.
The invaders will rue the day they cross an Osuzuki.
Man, I'm glad she's on our side. She is on our side, right?
Maybe you should tell that to those friends of yours, too. Getting on my bad side is not a good idea. If they all commit seppuku 3 times in quick succession, I might forgive them for their insolence.
Again with the ritual suicide demands. I'm still not sure how doing it more than once is supposed to work. Well, we can't die. Alright, I visited both the new rooms that were unlocked today. Guess I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. Karuha, not Karuha, is cute. Whew. Between all the arguing and the exploration, today's really taken it out of me. Is there anything I can do to get everyone to see eye to eye, or are their attitudes toward fighting just too different?
We're representing all of humanity in this war. They chose us above all others to defend the world from the invaders. We're the only ones who can do this, so it's only natural that we give it our all. Mankind's future is in our hands now. It's our responsibility.
I never thought of this as a responsibility. Fighting was just a means to an end, a way for me to get home. Would I feel differently if I knew about world death? Was I ever gonna find out what this war was all about? Someone's at the door. Could it be her? I felt a flutter of anticipation. My hands trembling, I pulled open the door to reveal... Good evening, Takumi. Do you have time to talk? Hi. You're not who I was expecting. I've called both Karuha and Nozoki adorable. They have to be the same person. They have to be the same person. Dang it. Oh, it's you, Eito. Were you expecting somebody else? Sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not like that. What's up? Nothing in particular. I just thought it would be nice to chat a little. I never got a chance to tell you how happy I was to see you again. I was out of my mind with worry the whole time you were gone. Oh, really? I thought maybe you disappeared like Hiruko. We went 5 whole days without any contact from you after all. Sorry. I wasn't exactly in a position to get in touch. What happened to you during that storm? How did you get separated from the group? I'm not really sure. All I remember is that I passed out and woke up with an aching head. By then I was already on my own, somewhere miles away from here. After that, Nico found me and took me to the other school. Perhaps you got sent flying by the storm? It's possible, I guess. I can't think of anything else that would explain it. Well, you're okay now. That's the important thing. But while we're on the subject of the other school, what's going on between you and that Nozomi girl? I actually have a theory, but I'm not saying it in case I'm right. I respect that. I appreciate that, actually. Huh? When you're around her, you're different. Almost like she's special to you. But you seem troubled as well. What's wrong? I'd like to help if I can. Although, if it's something romantic, bear in mind I don't have any experience in that area. So he's just saying, I'm not confident being your wingman. Oh, was that really it? No, not exactly. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You might not believe what I have to say, but will you still hear me out? Of course. Now that I've been given the go-ahead, it all came spilling out. I told Eito about Karuha, my childhood friend I'd spent practically every day with back home before the war. That was the easy part. Then there was the matter of Nozomi and her uncanny likeness to Karuha. They were so alike that I couldn't accept that they were different people, no matter how much I tried. And as much as Nozomi looked and sounded like Karuha, she had no idea who I was. I told Eito all about this mystery and the theories I'd come up with and how the whole thing was messing me up. You weren't kidding when you said it was weird. Ato is such a bro. I thought maybe she has amnesia, but she's never mentioned hitting her head or having gaps in her memory or anything like that. Not that I've been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Come on, Ato, say something. Oh, sorry. This whole thing reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. What happened in it? The main character ends up in a place that's both familiar and different. A parallel universe. Parallel universes aren't just other worlds or even the past or the future, they're alternate realities taking place at the same time as our own. Alternate realities. It's a fairly common trope. Depending on the story, a parallel universe could be completely alien or eerily similar to the reality we have. In the book I'm thinking of, the main character travels to another universe. He finds there's another version of himself there. Another him living his own slightly different life. You think that's the connection between Nozomi and Karuha? Like they're alternate versions of each other? I know it sounds ridiculous, but humor me for a moment. It would explain a lot. It would mean Karuha and Nozomi are the same person, hence all the similarities. But at the same time, they're different. They've lived completely different lives. That would account for Nozomi not knowing you, don't you think? I don't know, Eito. Maybe that's how this stuff works in sci-fi, but I'm having a hard time believing it could happen in real life. I suppose you're right. It is a little unrealistic. But the situation we're in is already pretty far removed from what we used to consider reality. Perhaps my sense of what is and isn't realistic has gotten warped from all the strange things that have happened to us lately. He's right. If you'd told me a few weeks ago I'd be stabbing myself in the heart, give myself special powers, and fight monsters, I wouldn't have believed that either. Sorry for putting forward such a bizarre idea. I haven't been much help, have I? That's not true. It's really helped to get all this stuff off my chest. And it's such a weird story, most people probably wouldn't believe me. I couldn't have told just anyone about this. I'm honored, and I'll gladly hear you out if you want to talk again, no matter how strange it is. You sure have been having some peculiar experiences. First the ghostly invader, and now this. Oh, right. I almost forgot about that thing. We still haven't figured out what it is. I haven't seen that invader since I got back, but the next time I do, I'm gonna make sure he answers for what he's done. Don't take any unnecessary risks. You have no idea how dangerous he might be. I know. I'll be careful. Well then, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I should get going. Good night, Takumi. Sleep well. I love him so much. With that, Eito left, pausing at the door to give me one last gentle smile. Parallel universes, alternate realities. Could any of it be true? Sounds so bizarre, but the more I think about it, the more it starts to make sense. Is that what's going on here? Are Karuha and Nozomi alternate versions of the same person? The same but different? Either way, I won't be able to put this issue to rest until I talk to her about it myself. Even after venting to Eito, the frustration I was feeling still wouldn't go away. I turned in for the day and gradually fell into a light, fitful sleep.